Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing LEGO sets and building them and other LEGO related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new LEGO Marvel Venomized Groot set. This is set number 76249. It has 630 pieces and I paid $50 for this set. Now, I believe this is another one of the sets that comes out officially August 1st, 2023. I was able to get this early. I also have the other version of Baby Groot that came out a while ago, so I can kind of compare that to. This one is interesting because if we look at the back, you can actually make a version that's fully venomized or one that is kind of half, which is one that's on the front, and then you can make one full. You can't build them both simultaneously. I think for this video and just in general, I think I'm going to go for the fully venomized one because I have the other one that's just Baby Groot, and then maybe sometime down the line I'll get this set again and do the middle one. But I think for now I'm going to put together this one here. So I didn't get sent this from any company. I'm not part of the LEGO Ambassador Network. I paid for this with my own money. It's just sometimes I'm able to get sets early like this. So in this video, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so now that I am looking at this, to build the fully venomized Groot, you have to use the app or the instructions online. And because this set is not out yet, I do not believe I have access to this set or the build. I might be able to figure it out, but let me see here. Yes, so I will just be building the base version, I suppose. And then maybe I'll do another video doing the fully venomized version sometime in the future. So anyway, with that said, enjoy. Okay, so while we are watching the rest of the build for this LEGO Marvel Venomized Groot set, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you for watching, and then to remind you that if you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. It helps me a lot. And another thing that really helps me and helps my channel is subscribing. So if you like my videos, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it, so thank you very much. And now back to the rest of the build for this LEGO Marvel Venomized Groot set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is the Venomized Groot set. Um, Unfortunately, like I mentioned, I could not build the fully venomized version because I didn't have the instructions yet, because they weren't on LEGO's website yet, because I got this set a little before it was officially released. But I do really like this version too. It's pretty great. It looks cool. I think it's interesting that this set is cheaper than what I paid. Well, no, I think it's cheaper than the retail of the non-venomized Groot and has more pieces, which is kind of an interesting little thing. And I don't know if it's because, maybe black pieces are just more common or cheaper or what, but I just thought it was kind of unique that this had more pieces and the retail price was less than the regular Groot. The one thing I will show is that, while it does have more pieces, a good amount of them, or a non-insignificant amount of them, are in this bag 5, which are the extra pieces to make the alternate version. So in bags 1 through 4, you can make the base version. If you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, you can make the fully venomized, and obviously then you'll have all of the kind of other color left over there. And I think that's, kind of interesting. It's not, I like when they do stuff like this with certain, I think the Porsche and with the Camaro and with the DeLorean, occasionally they'll have like pieces that are, for alternate stuff, which I think is fun. And in this case, it's pretty cool. I do want the fully venomized version, but at least in this, for now, in this case, I just have the half one, which looks really good, honestly. So I really enjoyed this. The other thing is, comparing this to the other Groot, the kind of normal Groot, whoops, this one does not come with the, the tape, the cassette, and it does not come with a little plaque that says "I am Groot" over and over and over again, kind of the UCS style stickered plaque. So this one is just the figure, the buildable figure, but it's really great. As far as articulation goes, it's got a lot. The head can kind of move. It's on a ball joint under there, but if it's put down all the way, it doesn't have a ton of movement, and it can spin a little bit, but it's not great. The arms have several different mixel joints there, so we got like one up at the shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then can do the fingers there. So these arms can be lots of different ways. The Venom arm for this version also has the same kind of joint structure. For the legs, we have kind of these ratchet joints here, so they can splay out, they can go front to back, they can turn other ways, which is very good. And we do have some, we can spin at the waist here. And then for the knees, we have kind of the ball joint with the axle going through it, so no rotation on those, but forward to back we have those. And then the venomized feet, we have a couple little toes you can kind of move around. So this can stand on its own. It's very stable. I think it probably can stand on one foot, like it is right now, which is good. Dancing Venomized Groot. And it was really fun to put together. It was different enough from the kind of non-venomized version, and it was just an interesting set. I really like it. So some of the things that I'll point out here, we have a printed piece for the Venom mouth. The eye is brick built. This is a printed eye, which is the same eye that's on the other Groot. A lot of these bits where it looks like Venom is kind of moving throughout or spreading, those are stickers. So I had the sticker sheet out here for a minute. Here are these stickers. If you were to make the fully venomized version, I believe you wouldn't use any of those stickers. So we got two up here, one kind of here on the cheek, around the back we have one there, we have one there around the back, two on the chest here, on the legs here, on the arm there. On the hand here, actually on the arm, those are pretty similar to the ones that are on the classic Groot. They don't have any venom going on there. So not too many stickers. None of them were terribly difficult to put on. They're a fine little detail. I think it adds a nice touch, which is good. Also, when I was talking about articulation, I guess I should have pointed out we do have these extra venomized like vines coming off of here that have little kind of mouths here, which are really cool. I like the use of these kind of finger pieces or whatever on the and there was an interesting piece. Let me just take this apart quick. I thought this was an interesting piece. I don't know if I've seen it before. It's essentially a clip on one end and then a bar and then kind of a T of clips on the other end. So all of these finger bits are just on that bar piece. So a clip here and then two clips over there, which you get several of those. I don't know if I've encountered that piece before. It seemed like an interesting piece for me that could be used in really cool ways, and I thought was very appropriate for this set. So that's very nice. But anyway, all of these kind of vines, these venom vines, are attached with sort of mixel joints here. So on the back we have a little ball joint there, so that can be moved around. These can kind of be spun around. They can be opened wider or closed. This is clip here. It's a little delicate that this kind of piece, like horn piece, is in the flower and then into a like a pin with an open stud at the end. And then on the back, these can move around, and again, they can kind of be spun around. They can be articulated at the mouth, at the kind of maw, and same for this one over here. So you get one coming off the arm, the venomized arm, and then two kind of coming off the back there. And those can really be, I think, you can kind of get them in a lot of different positions, just because you can rotate different bits, different pieces in here, including like this bit and all different stuff. So I think that's really cool. It's a really nice effect, and that's good. That's extra pieces. We have the venomized hand here. We get a little spikes. We got some spikes under there. Different fingers entirely, so they're like longer. They remind me of maybe the Venom Construction figure, which is there. Is great. And then I was kind of wondering if they've ever made these leaf pieces in black, because I think that would have been really cool to get a couple of those if they've never made that, which I think could be a useful thing. And I would just like to see them do that in black. So it would have been nice to get a couple of those in black, but as is, it doesn't feel that weird that there's little bits of kind of non-venomized versions peeking through, because it's just not fully taken over yet, which is interesting. So it's a very stable model, tons of articulation, tons of poses. It looks great. I like the options that you get to have between this and the full version. I will actually just grab the original one, the non-venomized version, just so we can compare them, because there are some differences. So we can look, they're basically the same size. A lot of the stuff is similar, like the arms are similar. I actually think, like, if I look at this hand, this one is, or this whole arm is pretty much identical, or exactly identical as the one over here. So that's very good. That's consistent. So it does really feel like you could have potentially three of these, where you have one like this, one kind of half, and one fully transformed, which is nice. But here's one of the main differences that I'm very pleased with. The original at the hips, so we can rotate here, but we have these ball joints with the axle through. So these legs cannot like splay out very far. They can move front to back, well, they can't really twist. But for the venomized version, they used kind of these different joints, these sort of ratcheted joints, which are much stronger and they can splay out, they can twist, and I think that is a very good change. So I'm really happy to see that. And now I lost where this bit was. So I think the original Groot probably should have had those joints there as well. I just think they're better suited for the type of set that this is, because it's like so top heavy, because it's got a very bulky head, and so that extra kind of ability to articulate these to get it to balance right. And so like you just can't spread these legs out at all, but these ones you can make it do a splits, which I think is really good. You can still like kind of sit them down and stuff, which is nice. So that's a change that I think is really important. Then the rest of it, it's pretty much kind of just color swaps for the most part, and then some slight changes. But for a lot of this, like, the build is very, very similar or identical, but then just some color swaps. Like on the hips, we have kind of these teeth pieces here instead of just this flat piece there, or smooth piece. Same under the arm, we get those, but very, very similar, which is really cool. The head build, I think, is a little bit different as well, which I was happy with. And I don't know if part of that is because of like the venom tongue or whatever, but there's the way even on the original Groot, the way you do the head is really, really fun, because the end product looks very round, it looks very finished and really great. But you kind of like move the pieces that are like the eyebrows over, and then build stuff in between them and on the sides, and then move them back, which I really like. So there's not a ton of gaps, and where there are gaps, it's not a big deal. So I really like that. But as far as the head goes, I think they're pretty much the same for the most part, which again is really, really neat. I think I just would have liked, I don't know if there were any specific recolors for this. I think there were for the original group, but like I would have loved to see black leaves. And for the original, I really would have liked the kind of hip joints to be a little different. So the Venomized Groot is better for that, which is very nice. And ultimately, I think this is a really cool set. Like I mentioned, the Venomized Groot is cheaper. It doesn't come with this, UCS style plaque. It doesn't come with the Awesome Mix Volume 1, Volume 2 cassette. But these are a really, really great set. I think Venomized kind of anything looks cool. Personally, I think it's really, really neat that LEGO and Marvel are kind of branching out to do different stuff that we may not have seen in mainstream properties. I don't know if Venomized Groot, I don't think, has been in any of the Marvel movies lately. I don't think it's been, because I don't think Guardians and Venom have really crossed paths yet as far as the multiversal stuff goes. And as far as video games go, I don't think it's happened really recently. So maybe in comics, Groot has had Venom, had the symbiote on him, but I'm not positive about that. But either way, I think it's neat that they're kind of branching out to do different stuff like this. And I think this was a great choice to do a Venomized character, and I think it's a great value set. You do get that whole bag of extra pieces. You get pretty much an identical model with better hip joints, with the added kind of venom vines here, and you get the option to build it fully venomized or not. So I think it's actually better than the original. The original is very classic. It does have the plaque, which is really funny. It does have the cassette tape. I personally didn't care about the cassette tape. So this is really, really nice for me. I really, really like the venomized version. And we can see here the extra pieces, and you do get your standard ones. You get a barb element that's white for the teeth, a barb element that's a little black, a bigger one that's black for the fingers, extra whips for different vine elements. This red kind of vine piece is used for Venom's tongue, and then your 1x1s and your open studs and your different stuff like that. I think this is great to be able to display. I think I do want to eventually maybe either get another one of these sets to have like all three stages sort of, and maybe I could kind of tweak this one a little bit to make it more half and half, but I do really want the fully Venom version, because I just think it's funny and cool, and looks pretty sweet. So I'm really, really pleased with this set. I was very shocked to find out that this was cheaper than the original. I think that's good value. Do get the nice prints here, couple stickers, but if you do the full Venom, Venomized version, I don't think you would have any stickers at all, which is really interesting. And this is just a fun little model, and I like that they kind of did something unique, like taking a model that they've already released and just how can we do this again in a different way, in a cool way. And I think they improved on it in different ways, and I'm just very, very happy to have this, and I'm happy to have the other one too. I think they kind of go together very, very nicely, but this one is super sick in my opinion, so I'm very, very pleased. I think it's a good value, really, really fun. I think it looks terrific, and so big thumbs up for me. If you like this video, please consider clicking that thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like the other videos on my channel, maybe consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more LEGO Marvel. A bunch of new sets are coming out in August and in September and over the rest of the year. And then old sets and big sets and small sets, all different shapes, sizes, price points, piece counts, different themes. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming LEGO videos. And if you want to support this channel, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, which is patreon.com/SoBricks. And over there, by joining for as little as $2 a month, you can get access to all my videos early, get access to some exclusive videos, and I have a bunch of other stuff in the works over there. So consider checking that out. It is appreciated, and every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.